New media. What does it mean to you? What are its possibilities? At the Rogers Communication Center, we're striving towards the future with research into physical computing and more.
To develop the future, you must stay on the cutting edge, and Ryerson has done so since the very beginning of television broadcasting.
Ryerson University established itself as a leader in television broadcasting almost 60 years ago with Canada's first studio broadcast. Today, the Rogers Communication Center, opened in 1992, operates 4 television studios.
Studio C, opened in 2000, was Canada's first all-digital widescreen television studio. 5 years later, Studio A's transition to HD was complete, making Ryerson the home to Canada's first high-definition television studio.
For students focused on out-of-studio production, the RCC supports over 50 field cameras, including 7 HD camcorders. This gives Ryerson the largest deployment of HD TV in Canada.
When shooting is finished, students have access to the largest Canadian fiber-based installation of non-linear video editing systems. 39 systems equipped with the latest Final Cut editing suite, most of which are available 24 hours a day. This easy access to industry-standard softwares demonstrates the center's commitment to giving students the very best of the cutting edge.
While the center is committed to providing the best of the cutting edge, teaching and research have also been focused on technologies far ahead of the curve. Richard Lockman, a professor of new media in the School of Radio and Television Arts, encourages his students to think up innovative uses for existing technology.
We got to do this assignment where we can do anything we want. And it wasn't limited to just computer or just like traditional, or you can make a combination, you can add on sound, you can do video. It's this crazy multimedia project, so that was really cool.
The most interesting part would definitely have to be just the format, how you can just come in and pitch an idea as crazy as it sounds, and you can try to do it, and no one's going to tell you you can't really do anything, because you're up to try and do whatever you feel like trying.
There's experimentation going on in industry. We need to get ahead of that curve. So by looking at this kind of technology, we are going to create the kind of innovators that can lead industry there, as opposed to waiting for industry to find new revenue streams, to find new advertising models, and then catching up to say, what should we be teaching our students to feed into them? What we need to do is work in concert with industry and look ahead to say, what skills are our students going to need in the next 5 or 10 years? What changes are happening to industry that our students need to know about or need to be comfortable thinking about? It's not here today. We're talking about projecting forward. We're talking about learning about cutting-edge technologies that can go in many directions. But I think if we think of ourselves as a training facility, we're going to die. What we have to look at our students are as innovators in this field.
By getting computers out of the box, Richard and his students are working towards a far more interactive method of computing. This type of interaction is the future of computing, but those studying at the RCC are learning about it in the present.
Steve Daniels, the program director of new media for the School of Image Arts, focuses on human-computer interfaces and the relationship between the physical and virtual worlds we construct.
I think one of the other ways that the RCC really benefits students, although it's not immediately obvious to them, is through the support of research for faculty. The RCC houses a great number of facilities that faculty use in their own personal research careers and development. And because of the support and the facilities we have here, we can bring our experiences through our own research back into the classroom very quickly.
With the RCC's support for research, Steve and other faculty can answer the questions that need to be asked to develop the new media curriculum. Alexandra Ball is a professor of image arts and an expert in the fields of mobile computing and virtual worlds. Through her research, she perceives dramatic changes in people's lives due to these emerging technologies.
We're moving into what is called ubiquitous computing, where the computer is no longer a computer. It becomes any device that can communicate on the network. And they're becoming completely part of what we are. They're enhancing our physical life, and they're allowing us to build new types of communities, both virtual and physical.
With mobile computing recently breaking through with devices such as the iPod Touch, people are interacting with media in new and interesting ways.
A digital signage system has been designed by center staff to deliver various information streams to different screens located around the campus. This signage will display a feed from the new RUTV station, as well as weather and other information of interest.
As for interactive digital signage, we're actually currently working with this sort of touchscreen monitor to incorporate it kind of with a directory. So if you went into a building like Jorgensen Hall, which has tons and tons of offices and different people and different faculties all in this big building, you could just go to the screen that would have, you know, all your information and stuff, but it's actually touch sensitive, and you can type in someone's name that you want to see, and it could pull up where their office is, if they're busy, what their schedule's like, or whatever, you know, relevant information. So interactivity is definitely looking like it's going to be a big part of this digital signage system.
The new signage system is vastly superior to the system it replaces. With the future looking towards interaction, this may be yet another addition to Ryerson's work in physical computing. To support all of these diverse research branches, management must embrace innovation, and Brad Fortner, Director of Operations at the RCC, is dedicated to doing so.
Well, I think the worst thing that the university could do is keep the Rogers Communications Center the same as it is now. It is essential that this place move forward. It's essential that it keep on top of changes in communications technology, and it's essential that we provide facilities and opportunities for our students to work in that space so they can learn to work in a world where the media is going to be different than it is today.
Together, all the members of the RCC form a research and development environment on the cutting edge of new media for the benefit of all the students.